So welcome to the stream. I teased it earlier in the week. I'd had the idea for a while, actually for a long while, but then I was like, I can actually put this into motion uh, a while back. And then was like, all right, let's fucking do it tonight. Um, I'll bring it up on screen here, hoping everything... it did work. Okay. I had to kind of set things up and then make sure nothing broke as I was fixing the rest of everything. All right, here we go. Look at this. This is what tonight's stream is going to be. And I have no idea how long this is going to be. If this goes really quickly, then we'll scramble and figure out something to do for the rest of the night. But my guess is that there's going to be a lot of heartache and a lot of hemming and hawing while I'm doing this, at least for myself here. And this won't be done with so quick. This is Gorillaz Madness bracket made quite some time ago. I'd seen it floating around the internet several times quite some time ago. Obviously, it's not March, so we kind of lose out on that, but it's fucking whatever. Gorillaz Madness bracket here. Obviously, a few years older, maybe, because obviously doesn't have anything that they've been doing this year. With like their Song Machine project and everything, because I assume if you stuck in some of those songs somewhere on this, some of them could make some noise in at least a couple, like at least like the first round, depending on where they go. For anyone who doesn't know, I think it's safe to assume at this point to say for myself, Gorillaz is my favorite musical act, long held through my youth. I would maybe say like Red Hot Chili Peppers, honestly. But I think it's safe to say Gorillaz has now taken the number one spot for me personally. I love this band. And I'm a big fan of a lot of their music. I've never actually gone through this Gorillaz Madness bracket personally. Again, I've known it's been floating around for a long time. I've always been like, oh, it'd be interesting to do. And then, like, at some point, a long time ago, I was like, if I had a streaming setup and everything, I could do it on stream just to get my opinions and recorded thoughts on record. And it's gonna be the goal tonight. So yes, I do plan on wanting to have this archived. This brings up the next thing. If I was just doing this, and if I wanted to spend even more hours and hours on this tonight, if we were doing this tonight, we go through each song, and I'd like just sit here and just listen to every song with you guys. But I have a feeling that on the recorded side of that would cause maybe some problems, and not be good. So I've made up a slight concession that when we go through each of these, I'll go find the song, and then I'll play like a random 2 seconds to it or something. just to give you the smallest of taste, just to give you an idea, the slightest idea, or maybe disorient you. It might be disorienting, in which case I can't help it. But if you're watching live, pull up your own favorite music player of your choice. Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, whatever the fuck that thing is called. Zune Tunes. Pull it up, and you can go along with me. Because some of these might take, like I said, a lot more hemming and hawing. Some of these might go quick. Some of these first round matchups, I'm not going to spoil anything yet. I mean, you've got to pull it up on the screen. And I'll zoom in as we go through each quarter of the bracket. But some of these first round matchups are so devastating that, like... And intentionally, I haven't, like, gone through and marked down what I'm going to pick for each of these. I thought it would be funner to kind of have a live debate here. So yeah, if you're watching live and you care to comment, if you want to try to sway a certain opinion for a certain song, if you got a song of your choice you want to see go far, you can of course voice it. If you're watching recorded on the archive, feel free to just scream into the void your opinion. I of course won't hear it, and you'll have no choice, no chance to affect the video, but do it anyway. Make sure there's no one around you. Don't disturb the sleep of someone or something. And then just scream it into the void, the title of your song, of your favorite. And then see if it gets far. Or see if it gets lost in the first round, because I'm sure. And I should also say that I don't, obviously, like, obvious things first here. I obviously don't speak for the giant fan base here. These are obviously my opinions. I'm also not going to try to make it sound like I'm picking the objectively better songs necessarily. I'm picking my favorites to move on each one. That's the point of the fucking video. And if you come at me with oh, that song is objectively better for whatever reason, if you feel the need to do that, I'm going to have to just virtually backhand you. No, it's fine. You can let me know that you think I'm wrong, but I won't care too much. I won't lose any sleep. So we're gonna start in this corner, we're gonna go down there, and we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. Like I said, I don't know whoever made this. I found like the original, I think, Reddit post or something on this, but I don't know who the fucking person is, and how they decided what the, higher brackets are and stuff, the way you would normally do like a sports bracket. It seems that on some of these, they spots that would be like 1 seeds, like ones that are more generally liked or whatever, do somewhat fit into place in some of these, like Clint Eastwood, or even like, and then sometimes that falls apart in later sections. So I don't think it might have just been random. I don't know. But like I said, there are some devastating first rounds where I'm like, this is going to be difficult. So again, I'm going to hope nothing breaks as I do this. As we we'll start in this quarter of the bracket, the massive bracket, the celebrity takedown bracket. Can I go in one more time without it looking bad? Can I do this? Oh, I can do that. There we go. Celebrity takedown bracket. I've got a fancy writing tool, and by fancy I mean very janky writing tool. But since this is recorded, I thought I should make it look as neat as possible. We've got Clint Eastwood. Now, again, if you're familiar at all with Gorillaz music, you know that's a heavy hitter. Some would say put them on the map in the popular zeitgeist. What I'll do is I'll play like the first 2 seconds that come right when I hit play, and then I'll fast forward, or I'll just click to a random spot in the timeline and play another 2 seconds. So you'll get like the first 2 to 3 seconds, and then a random 2 to 3 seconds. You'll be like, yep, I know what that song is. But like I said, if you're really following along, and if you aren't familiar with the music, if you're watching for your own pleasure later, recorded or live, I'd recommend maybe pulling up your favorite music player. And, if you want the full song. So here we go. Clint Eastwood's first song here on the bracket. You don't see with your eye, you perceive with your mind. That's all you get. That's all you get. But let me tell you, Clint Eastwood, heavy hitter here on the first song. Like I said, always remember it. Just super popular back at the time when it came out. I think the video really did it wonders and really set the tone for the band and really caused a lot of their popularity back in the day when people could have been like, what the fuck is this? I think it took the swing of, okay, this is actually a really cool idea. For some reason, back when this song first came out and stuff, I'll always remember it during my childhood, that during a summer at least, must have been like the year or so that it came out, me and my family going to like a water park a lot back when I was a kid and lived in Texas and it was hot during the summer. And for some reason this song, this is the other part of this. So not only am I going to rank these songs essentially, or do this bracket thing, I'm going to tell a lot of like stupid stories to these songs if I've got them. A lot of them I won't have stories for. But what I'm saying is, we go to this water park, and I swear, like, this song, we'd spend a couple hours, on a random Saturday. I feel like this song would play on their, like, speaker music thing, whatever station or something they had set up at this water park. This song played all the time, multiple times in, like, a few hour span, where I was just like, why is this song like, even as a kid, I was like, this song, I hear the song being played all the time at this place. Who is in charge? Little did I know, back then I wasn't a big, massive Gorillaz fan. I can't honestly say that I was a massive fan back in the day when it was the first thing. I was younger and dumb. But if only I'd known, I'd try to find out who was in charge of playing this, and I'd give them a great handshake. Second song, Busted and Blue. Now, this is gonna start the whole, and I'm gonna probably say this many times throughout the night, especially during this first round. The Busted and Blue off of Humans. Oh, also, compared to apparently a lot of the fandom, I love Humans, the album, apparently a lot more than a lot of people do. A lot of people don't like Humans for dumb reasons. Whatever. So off of, I should say that up front before we go too deep into this. Busted and Blue off this, I actually really like this song, and it's kind of a shame that it goes first round against Clint Eastwood, because I think you stick it somewhere else and it would have a good chance of making it a round or two. But again, like I said, that's going to be a sentence I say many times throughout this first round, especially, where it's just like unfortunate matchups. Just does some songs dirty. Someone's trying to call me. Don't they know I'm trying to do important work right now? You know what it is? So at some point when I took this number years and years and years ago, some dude named Wesley must have had the number for me. And he apparently owns a house, and there's this lady who calls all the time to try to get him to sell the house, which is weird. And I still get those calls. And I'm pretty sure he had some kind of side job gig thing that has to do with illicit substances from some of the messages I've gotten. And they're not frequent, but they're sometimes. It's very bizarre. Just a little side story. All right. So Busted and Blue, a couple seconds here. That's the beginning. All right, not a very great random point in the timeline that I chose there, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's the way that this goes. Now, like I said, Busted and Blue, I enjoy quite a bit. It is just extremely unfortunate that it goes against Clint Eastwood first, and I've got to give Clint Eastwood the win. I don't feel as if a ton of people would have a problem with that. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to have to fight off the masses with that selection. So that's our first choice. This is going to actually end up being like a 10-hour stream if we go this pace. But you know what? By gosh, we must do, if this is my, it's gonna stay here and be archived for years and years and years, I have to go through my feelings on each of these songs, and make a compelling argument for each of these. I'm sorry, that's how it has to be. This is why when there was a part of me today when I was thinking about doing the stream and everything, when I was setting this up and all, I was like, there's a chance this could be like an hour, and then what am I going to do for the rest of the night? And then it only took like 5 minutes for me to be like, no, I feel like this is going to take me forever. I know me personally, when I talk about shit sometimes, especially about a topic I can care about, right? I just ramble on forever. And hopefully someone finds it interesting, That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. So we have Ghost Train and Revolving Doors. Not as big of hitters as the first round. So off G sides, Ghost Train first. Here we go. There you go. Look at that selection. So again, off G side, so not a full blown. I don't know what term you would want to give it, studio album or so. But it's on G sides, so not a ton of people know about it, obviously from the get go. But it's a crazy song because both D sides and G sides are full of just like experimental, sometimes kooky, but experimental, interesting sounding songs, and that definitely fits in there. Revolving Doors now, Off the Fall, an album definitely low on my list of their albums. I was not a big fan of The Fall. I think that's just because of what it is. It was an album done during his tour, during a tour for Plastic Beach. So it wasn't like full blown album. He made it on like an iPad while touring. So I think just you can tell that by the production, because Gorillaz songs always like a standing like trait of the songs and everything is like high production, just greatness. And The Fall was just very much like, okay, if you told me, I remember when I learned the fact that like it was, it was done on an iPad during a tour and it was just him making some music, I would have been like, yeah, that I believe that. Once I listened to it, I was like, I believe that. Here's Revolving Doors. Now, Revolving Doors, maybe one of my like 2 kind of okay songs, I think, on the album. So it's not a shit song, in my opinion. It's got that farty instrument. If you're into there's another song way later in the bracket that has the farty instrument used a lot more heavily. So if you're really into like farty instruments, it's there. I'm gonna go ahead though and give it to Ghost Train. But if you ask me on another day, I could maybe switch it to Revolving Doors. This is like one of those things where it's such a toss-up. I could be like, I'm not typing. Oh, I'm being dumb. Ask me on a random day, and I could go either way. Ghost Train, Revolving Doors. It's it's tough. Now this next one hurts. This one physically may make me throw up. Superfast Jellyfish off Plastic Beach. I love this song. It's fun. It's whimsical. De La Soul on it does great. And it's like one of 3 songs Gorillaz did with De La Soul. It's great. Here we go. Well, here's your random sampling.
This morning you've got
ready go many no others. We be the
Could not highly vouch for Superfast Jellyfish anymore. But then they stick it to Sleeping Powder, which Sleeping Powder, a single made after Humans came out, basically in a response to people being like, oh, Humans doesn't have enough 2D singing in it. And then like almost in like a all right, fuck you guys, Damon was just like, here's a weird song, and made an even weirder music video with it. But it's a fucking banger. So it's I'll play a couple seconds and then I'm gonna have to internally just go into the mind palace. I'm going to say that phrase a lot too throughout this bracket. We'll go into the mind palace and to figure out, to look deep inside. This is, ugh, again. This hurts. This hurts. Superfast Jellyfish, a bit more like metaphorical, as De La Soul features on Gorillaz songs tend to be. Like, they always have like some kind of like analogy, metaphor like thing. I guess closer to like an analogy. But like, the way they do, their lyrics is always like and usually they're shots at like the music industry is what you'll find on De La Soul features on Gorillaz songs. Whereas Sleeping Powder is a slightly more literal, I would say. Also, while I'm saying all this, fucking, if you come at me being like, that's not what the song's about, if I see any of this, I'm gonna be like, fucking back off. I know more than I probably sound like I do. And also, things can be interpreted different ways. Honestly, you can tell me I picked the wrong songs. Don't tell me that I'm interpreting a song incorrectly. Then I will not metaphorically, I will literally find you and backhand you with a dueling glove. No one wants to be corrected about an interpretation of a song, really. That's not cool. It's art. A song is art. And if you're like, oh, that's not how it should be interpreted, with some cases maybe notwithstanding. Sometimes I'm making such blanket statements and they're going to come back and bite me. But what I mean is, like, if you're like, oh, I interpreted differently, good. That's fine. Again, music is art, and art is meant to be interpreted. Okay, differently. So, and basically I'm trying to make a point here because I'm actually just stalling on the selection. I will go, even though it pains me to say it, and I could listen to both many times over at any point. I can type an S, and it represent both. I'm going to go Sleeping Powder, but I'm going to feel ill after the stream. How does that sound? Does that sound fair? Sleeping Powder. And once I back out of the box, the decision is final. That's how it has to be. Hong Kong, next. It's another D-sides. It's not bad. It's not bad. Again, it's a much more experimental. It's also over 7 minutes long. Jesus. And then New Genius. I can't spell. Don't worry about me. Off the self-titled album. Oh, I'm playing a bit too much. I'm just already. This is more of a toss-up. Whereas the last one, Superfast Jellyfish and Sleeping Powder, was difficult because I love both songs. Both these songs are fine, but I'm also just like, eh. Like, I wish, like, Sleeping Powder could switch with one of these two. Just out of respect. I'll give it to Hong Kong, though. Oops. Didn't mean to do it like that. That's fine. Okay. And then again, almost like the Sleeping Powder Superfast Jellyfish one, two songs I very much love. And again, moments with De La Soul getting matched up against another really good song. So De La Soul just getting roasted in the selection process here. It's off of Humans.
It's the moments.
It's high energy. It feels it's fun to listen. It's a fun listen. Gorillaz really strikes the balance of like songs that are fun listens and then sad listens, but not sad in a bad way, but like emotional listens, you know? Great mix of those kind of songs. So Moments is there, and then November has come. Off the highly touted Demon Days album. Get some claps there at the beginning. Again, very tough, and it almost pains me to just wreck Moments after Superfast Jellyfish with De La Soul just getting destroyed. I almost gave it away because I extended the bar. But November Has Come is really good, and I love Damon's chorus in it. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm so sorry, De La Soul. Your time will come, though, De La Soul. Trust me. Later on in this bracket, you've got a ringer coming in later on in the bracket. Okay, so let's not get too upset. I'm sure De La Soul, individual members of De La Soul, are watching this. First off, I want to say I apologize for knocking out 2 of your songs here in the first bracket. Don't blame me. Blame the person who made it. Okay. We're good. Rhinestone Eyes. Rhinestone Eyes, I do like a lot. I'm trying to get to the chorus. That sample that I heard that I end right before I paused, I say sample, it depends on what your definition of sample is, but it was sampled from another song sung by her that they ended up cutting the song, but then they ended up from the album, and then they took that part and put it into the song. And it's a nice little addition to the song. So I like Rhinestone Eyes. It's good. It's a good one. And then, Tomorrow Comes Today, off the first album. Very much emblematic of like early Gorillaz sound. Like Gorillaz, especially when you like take first album and then these later albums, like they're very much like distinctive, like early, what's the word I'm looking for? Not rough. Unsharpened. That's also not the word I'm looking for, but there's some word I'm looking for between like rough and unsharpened. Very whatever. Just pick a synonym for those words. Where it's a little less like earlier in the stream. I talked about like production, like Gorillaz songs equals high production, and the first album has a lot of songs that aren't as highly produced sounding, and so I feel like Tomorrow Comes Today is very much emblematic of that, of like original Gorillaz sound. And also this was one of the earlier singles off the album as well. So again, this and Clint Eastwood being like maybe some of the first singles people had heard of then of the band. Also, it features one of Damon's favorite instruments, the melodica, which then gets featured on many other songs, both past and current. But heavy use of the melodica in it. It's good. I enjoy that song. And I really enjoy Rhinestone Eyes as well. I gotta give it up to Tomorrow Comes Today. Raw. Raw is the word I'm looking for. It's got a very raw sound. Raw. Rough. What did I say? Uncut. Unsharpened, I said. Unsharpened. Rough. What I meant to say is raw. It's got a very raw sound. Also, I'm not a music expert, so if I use terms that just, I don't know, fucking sound terrible or should not be used to describe music, if you're some music snob, and I'm sorry. If you're a music snob and you're watching this, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not bringing super great, analysis here. These are just my feelings. I feel like I have some good music analysis. I did do music a lot as a kid. And by do music, I mean I did high level singing in choir and shit all through elementary and middle school, and would have done it through high school and stuff if I didn't move once I was leaving middle school, because that was the thing that area I lived at did. So I have some music background, but not really that much, but some. And I feel like I've got a good, if I can boast about myself a bit, no, I'm not going to say here good taste. I love some shitty music, if I'm being 100% honest. You can hear that by some of the intro songs I do to streams, but I feel like I have a good analytical mind sometimes when it comes to some music. If any of that makes sense. Okay, we got Oh Green World and Charger. I do like that sound. I like how that song opens up, and then I like the wah, wah. That's not even a good representation of what that sound is. That, I like that, and it does that throughout the song, and it's nice. That's off Demon Days as well. Charger, off Humans. I like Charger. Fuck Hong Kong, gonna lose in the second round. I can't tell if you're saying fuck Hong Kong like fuck Hong Kong, or you're saying, oh fuck, it's gonna lose. Like, it's sad. Here's Charger. I like Charger well enough. I think being stacked next to Oh Green World, and Oh Green World's iconic sound is just unfortunate. Just an unfortunate pairing where it just doesn't get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Maybe stacked against some other song, Charger would have a better chance. Oh shit, fuck. But Oh Green World is iconic to me. Yeah, Hong Kong's good. Yeah, that's what I figured. I first read, I thought you were saying like, fuck Hong Kong, it's gonna lose in the second round. And then once I saw the emote and everything, I was like, oh, you're saying it's an unfortunate matchup. Hey, this bracket, the way it's constructed, it's all about unfortunate pairings. I mean, fucking Superfast Jellyfish and Sleeping Powder in that first round. Oof. That's maybe that, and Moments in November Has Come has been the hardest two matchups so far, and we're only almost a fourth of the way through. Let's see, almost a fourth of the way through just the first round, and it's been a 40-minute stream. We're going long tonight. Okay, I just have so much to say about Gorillaz songs. It's ridiculous. Who would have thunk it? Okay, Broken, Plastic Beach.
And the glitter free.
one of those songs off of Plastic Beach. Again, I'm gonna say this again about a few songs throughout this, but like the way I said, like Tomorrow Comes Today is a very emblematic song of self-titled album, or like, oh, this song is very much gives off the sound of the album. Like if you were to pick one song and be like, this is a summary of the album, I would almost say, even though it's not one of the more popular ones off Plastic Beach, I would say Broken kind of sums up the rest of the album in my eyes. 5/4, which somewhat misleading title, is not a song in 5/4 time. Only the guitar is, but the singing and the drum beats and everything still in 4/4. So I don't know if that's necessarily misleading. Again, a lot of that like raw sounding from the first original album. Again, one of the songs before Gorillaz really got into the highly produced sound that a lot of their modern albums got. Like that first album where it's just really raw. Again, 5/4, very much that very raw sound. It's a good song. I like the backup vocals in it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to randomly find a section of that. Oh wait, let me go here. Damn it. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. I fucking love it. I'm gonna try to reduce the amount of times I sing along to songs, but sometimes I'm just not gonna be able to help it. It's just gonna have to be how it is, you know? I give it to 5/4. Sorry, Broken. I say this a lot about Plastic Beach as an album. I think Plastic Beach is a good album, and I'll always remember that it got like panned. It was one of those things. It's like the Wind Wakers of albums, I think, where when it first came out, a lot of people are like, this isn't what I wanted. Boo, 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 boo. And then sometime after the release, people are like, okay, we were maybe a little too harsh. I bring up the Wind Waker thing because that was like, I think how the story goes is that they showed off like a tech demo HD version of like Zelda, like 3D Zelda, and then they released Wind Waker, and a lot of people are like, cartoons. And then people now that time has passed, a lot of people highly regard Wind Waker. But my main point about Plastic Beach is, I think individually songs off Plastic Beach are really good. I think it's one of those albums that has like the secret power that like when you play it all the way through, it's much better as like a full album listen. Not like it's required, obviously, but like individually some of its songs are okay, but like it's much more fun experienced as like a ride throughout the whole album, and I think raises its value a bit, if that makes sense. So yeah, songs like Broken, to me, if I'm just listening individually, maybe loses some of its like sheen. But if you're listening along with everything else, it's just part of a good like ride, if that makes sense. So there's gonna be some like, I mean, Superfast Jellyfish I'd listen on its own, but even that like loses a bit of like goodness by not being part of the whole, you know. Let me try to get this in the window here. All right, so we're on to the Slow Boat to Hades bracket, part of the bracket. She's My Caller and Rocket. Now, if I'm remembering this 100% correctly, I don't think Rocket is on Spotify proper, unless I'm just not finding it correctly. I think this is going to be the only song I have to do this for, but I have to actually go. Let me make sure this is being all right. Okay, cool. Go to YouTube proper. and I'm not gonna tease it out much longer, because it's not gonna win this round. Oh shit! Fuck! Come on. Okay, so Gorillaz off of I guess this would have been, is it? I think D sides. I don't think this was G sides. Again, highly experimental, and weird. This is like weird, where it's almost a song where you're like, was he taking the piss? And like the video, if you watch it on YouTube, it's like just a weird shot at like celebrities and celebritydom. All right, let me see if I can get like a couple seconds. Hopefully an ad doesn't play. No, we're good. So a lot of the song is Damon just going blah 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 blah, and you're like, you know what, Damon, I'm with you. I respect it. Again, it's like that thing where you're like, I respect that it was again experimental song and partly taking the piss, but that's all it really is viewed at, in my opinion. At least She's My Caller off of I'll have to pull that up, off of Humans. It's a nice listen. Some people really like She's My Caller. It's got that feature on it by that I always screw up her name, Kaliukis. Is it just Ukis? I'm sure I'm fucking the name up. It's whatever. I think it's an okay song. It will move on just because it's paired against Rocket, which again is funny enough. But I can't sit here and put it above She's My Caller just because what it is. Like, I can't, like, She's My Caller isn't super special to me, but I can't in good conscience. What is it? How do you pronounce it? Callie. It's every time I've read it, I feel like I've said her name a million different times, a million different ways. I mean, okay, if you just write it out like that, that means nothing to me. That looks like you're spelling Duchess without the D. Uckis, Duckies. You know I'm bad at you know that I'm only good at pronouncing Japanese. So if it's not a Japanese name, I can't read it. You're phonetic. It's all Greek to me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just make sure that song doesn't move on so I don't have to say her name. Ooh, cheese? Really? That makes a bit more phonetic sense to me. Ooh, cheese. Cheesy. Whatever. I knew it. I knew it when I was going to say the name. I was going to say it wrong. Like I said, I've said the name wrong a million times. And I'll say before I heard her on that song, before she even crossed my radar at all, but like slightly before, when I first saw her name, which was slightly probably before this feature on Gorillaz, I thought there was a letter in the last name that's not even there. Like, I must have read the name and was like, oh, that's, I don't even want to guess what it was, but there was like, I thought there was like an R and an L, an R or an L that's not actually there. Probably an L. I probably said, and then, you know, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. She's My Caller, moving on. Featuring Callie. Okay. It's unfortunate that's recorded now. It's whatever. Okay, Latin Simone. Where's my Spotify tab? There it is. Latin Simone is a nice listen. And this is already going to be probably a point of contention, potentially. Because I feel like a lot of people in the fandom really like Latin Simone. And I think it's an alright song. But to me, I maybe rate Garage Palace higher than some other people. I like the Little Sims feature. Let me pull this up.
Flows. Beast unknown is what I would be if my whole purpose here wasn't to speak. Now look at the time, I know that I am early today.
I really like it. Again, not an album song. It was a single after, I guess, Humans, right? I think so. Yeah, like right in squished in between Humans and the Now, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. I said that this bracket doesn't have like anything off Song Machine. It doesn't have anything off Now either. That's how old this bracket is. So I would assume that if there were some songs off the Now on this, you know, some of those songs definitely too for me would make it through here at least somewhat far. So I don't know. Someday maybe I'll find or make my own updated bracket. Who fucking knows? Maybe I wouldn't make my own. I don't care that much. So Garage Palace is moving on for me. I really like Garage Palace. Again, high energy. Blast that in your car. Blast in your car Friday after work. You know, back when you would actually drive to and from work. During the last leg of the way home. Not right when you get out of work, but on the last leg home. Blast it. Not a question mark. Not a question mark. Oh, shit, I'm already fucking this up again. I don't know how to type. Okay. Now, this next one. What a fucking beatdown this is going to be. Detroit, which is, again, maybe one of the two songs I kind of like on the fall. It's got some beeps. It's got some boops. Again, it was made on an iPad, so there's that. And then you got the wonderfully fantastic Dare, which is like, hey, Gorillaz, can you make just a dope dancey song? You can? Oh, let me hear it. It's so good. Dare is so good. Dare has no right being that fun, in my opinion. Dare is good. I think I want to say the first time I heard Dare was off of like Virgin Mobile phone commercial way back in the day. I think it was used. It's Dare! Oh, I have to fucking play it, don't I? I do, don't I? I'm gonna bring it into frame. Stare, live, give me this. Yep, gonna drunk, yep, I'm finding it. Let me see, here we go. Yep, I'm gonna pull this into frame. Oh, it's an ad. Don't listen to the advert. Alright, we're gonna skip. Unedited. That's enough out of you, Sean. gets enough out of you. I still love that song. And it was a shaky live performance there, but you know, sometimes you gotta get a little shaky to get a little fun, you know? I do still really love Dare. But yeah, I think I first heard that on a Virgin Mobile back when they were in the flip phone mobile game, or mobile phone game. Not a mobile phone game, but the game of selling mobile phones. You know what I mean? I want to see if I can remember that I brought this up. I'm going to bring that up. Thank you so much for the follow. A great name here. Espresso Bong. I hope you're a big Gorillaz fan. Let's move on to the next bracket here. Or was it the slow down it's Dare that brought you in? It was like a calling card, perhaps. Out of Body and Every Planet We Reach Is Dead. All right, here we go. Again, very difficult. I didn't want to minimize that window. You can't see what's going on the behind the curtain here. Nope, don't click that away either. Here we go. Let's first go Out of Body. It's first listed. Out of Body. I think notoriously, when I first heard this song, I didn't give it enough credit. And I think with subsequent listens, I think it grew on me.
Pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Wait. There's always...
Damon's little section to this is actually really fun. Here we go. A sad part about that is if you ever find a live performance of Out of Body, Damon Albarn actually uses this as like time to get a breather. Like he doesn't participate in the song at all. Like they just lop off that ending part. And I've always like, man, I want to see him like do that ending part of the song kind of live. Like I get it. It's strategically placed to give him like a breather. So when they were doing the Humans leg of like tours and stuff, I've scrubbed through many live performances of it trying to find him doing it, and he never did. They just edit the song and they just take that section out. So whatever, it's fine. I understand, Damon. Everyone needs a breather. You give it your all. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead. Off again, Demon Days. That one's classic. Again, this is one of those things where I feel like a diehard that potentially might see this might yell at me for picking not Every Planet We Reach Is Dead, because it's part of those, it's one of those like iconic songs during Demon Days where you're like, oh yeah, you give it to me, inject it in like in between one of like the bangers on that album. But like Out of Body to me is a lot of fun, and I highly value sometimes fun in songs. Am I gonna do it? I mean, to be completely honest, I don't care like any small chance of potential blowback or anything. I'm just saying, like, personally, do I feel okay putting Out of Body over? I mean, if I had no integrity, I'd say I'm just going to type out of Body because it's shorter and it would more easily fit on the bracket, you know? But I'm just going to say Out of Body. And, you know, don't cry about it too much, because even if I moved Every Planet We Reach Is Dead next round, Dare's some stiff competition. I don't want to foreshadow too much, but it's not looking great. It's not looking great for any of these. Here, right here. Death Zone. Okay, let's move on. Good thing we're not even halfway through the first round and we're already at an hour-long stream. So I've easily have put away any fears that this was going to be a short night and I'd have to think of something else to supplement the rest of the night. because we're especially some of these rounds I've had trouble really deciding. Like internally, I'm like screaming. Thankfully not like externally here. But oof, when we move on to some of these final rounds, it's gonna be just maddening. We're gonna need people to fight for certain songs potentially. Stylo and Dracula. Dracula. All right, first Stylo. A great song. Video is also super fun. Bruce Willis is in it. Boop 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 boop. I'm hoping like me doing certain parts, talking over the song, maybe like protects me a bit. Also, rest in peace, Bobby Womack. So that's Stylo. Great song. Dracula, on the other hand, you want some of that funky bass? Dracula's got it for you. Again, I would say that kind of emblematic raw sound to that first album. And it's not a terrible song. It's just Stylo's just so much better in my eyes. And next one, we've got a couple of songs not as popular. Man Research, parentheses, Clapper. How's that one make you feel, you know? And then off of Plastic Beach. I'll say I like this one because of the Hypnotic Brass Ensemble in it. They have like like the first half of the song is like I'm gonna give it Sweepstakes just for that, because beyond that, I'm not too stoked about either song like much after that. Blasphemy, maybe I know. I'm just being honest, but I do like the Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. They're fun. It's fun. It's a good one. Okay, this next one. All right, I know it's easy to shit on We Got the Power. Okay. Trust me. In defense of We Got the Power, it's not that bad. Can we not shit on We Got the Power that much?
We got the power to be loving each other no matter what happens. We got the power for that. We got the power to do that.
Also, it being the closer on that album is a nice thought. Again, it ties the conceptuality of what the album was supposed to be, kind of. Let's just not shit on it so much, guys. God. And then Rehash off the self-titled album. Now, me sitting here being like, hey, don't shit on We Got the Power and everything, you know? You might think that I'm trying to set it up to then give myself a defense for picking it. No, Rehash wins this for me. I just want it to be noted that We Got the Power should not be shit on. And again, I'll say it a million times. Humans as an album does not deserve to be shit on too much. But especially We Got the Power, right? Put that in your notebook. Write it down. Eat the note. Next one, the last one on this side of the bracket here. We have Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head and then To Binge. Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, you'll recall, mostly spoken word song off of Demon Days. Very cool concept of a song.
Once upon a time, at the foot of a great mountain, they knew that soon.
Tells a nice little story. You have Damon coming in singing some bars. It's a good mood setter for Demon Days. Again, one of those songs where you're like, when you're listening to Demon Days front to back, and then you come across this and you're like, my mood has been satiated. That's how I feel. And I say that out loud every time I listen to Demon Days, and then the song comes on. To Binge, I like how it opens. It's got a little dragon feature. It just, again, not to keep saying it, but like, it's one of the songs that I think loses a bit of power if not listened to as the whole album. Whereas Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head is just nice. Just, now look, if there was conspiracy that the other one didn't win because it was just too long, you know, Fire Coming out. I know how to type out of the monkeys. Shit. I don't want to adjust the spacing. I don't. How much can I get? You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough, he says. So let's zoom out here a bit. We got just a little over an hour, and we got half of the first round done. Look at this. I can remove that. It's great. Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, trying to exert its power by just sheer size. There at the bottom of the bracket. Alright, I'm going to frame this nicely. We're in the Escaped Plastic Beach side of the bracket. I like how they put little titles of the brackets. Or, you know, quarter bracket names. It doesn't make too much sense. I mean, it makes sense that they're themed over different albums and stuff. Excuse me, but it's not like these are all Plastic Beach songs or anything like that. Again, I would be curious to see how if it was just random selection that things were placed here or whatever. All right, we got Dirty Harry. Let me tell you, I'm a big fan of Dirty Harry's song. Boom, boom. There's a great live performance of the song that they did back in the day. Ooh, I really like the thing it does musically here. It was like right what I had fast forwarded to. I love that song. So Dirty Harry, that's good. White Flag. White Flag, not that stupid song. This White Flag. It's a little slow to start. It picks up like more into it. So it's a slow start of a song. I like White Flag. I don't dislike White Flag. I just extremely like Dirty Harry. That's just how it be sometimes, you know? So M1A1 and Amarillo. M1A1 for the longest of times. Again, I've watched now many live performances on YouTube of Gorillaz concerts and stuff of that nature, and they would use M1A1 as like the opener so often. I always found that interesting because it's just like a random song off the first album. Oh shit, I'm misclicking. Give it to me. Again, like a broken record. It's that that very raw sounding first album-esque song. Amarillo, I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking good for you. I don't think anyone could convince me to pick Amarillo off the fall over M1A1. And I'm not even saying like M1A1's like a top of my favorite of mine. Not terrible, but again, it's one of those. It falls into the trap of like the Falls albums. A lot of the songs where it's just like that sound, that sigh. That's like me. That's what I feel. Now this one's the one that's gonna fucking break my heart from deep within me. This one pains me. Absolutely. Just put me in a blender and put me on medium speed, you know, because damn, do I love both these songs for different reasons. Ascension, the opening track off of Humans, which again, I love Humans as an album, really sets a nice, dope pace. Like, it's a great opening song on the album. And I do love Vince Staples, and I do love this song. I really think Vince Staples just fucking kills it on this song. I think he does really good.
You are now tuned into the tomb of Jehovah. Play my tunes loud.
Oh, and I'm drunk, my spirit.
Like, even Damon Albarn on it's not anything spectacular. Like, everything on this is like Vince Staples.
The sky's falling, baby. Drop that ass for a crash. The sky's falling, baby.
Again, the concept album or concept idea for the album and this being the lead track is just very extremely nice. I really love Ascension. And again, if I could move Ascension to another section of this bracket, it would probably make it a lot further. The unfortunate thing is that it is stacked against Feels Good Inc. Now, Feels Good Inc. I'm saying feels good. It's just Feel Good Inc. Why am I saying feel good? It feels... Because the problem was I typed in feels good, and then I was reading my own typing. And I added an S for some reason. The iconic laughter to start it. Now, I had talked about early in the bracket how De La Soul just gets fucking murdered on these other two songs. Or like... Oh shit, I'm moving this wrong. Earlier in the bracket with Superfast Jellyfish and Moments just got wrecked, you know? Maybe unfairly. Who knows? But I teased it. I said, you know, De La Soul, you'll get your time. Feel Good Inc. Iconic song, again, off Demon Days. I think a lot of people, it comes down to like this or Clint Eastwood that people, if like they're not even like a big Gorillaz fan, but if you're like for your life, name a Gorillaz song, it's probably gonna come. Even if they had to just like describe either the music video or how the song goes, they're gonna do Clint Eastwood or Feels Good Inc. Feels good. Feel Good Inc. I've cursed myself. I've added the S for some reason in my mind now. Feel Good Inc. I'll always say that I think back in the day, I think it suffered from that thing that happens to like weird standout popular songs where it gets super popular, it gets overplayed, and then because it gets overplayed, there's a certain sect of people that go, fuck this song, especially back in the day. they're like, oh shit, it suffers because it was so good, it got overplayed. But because it gets overplayed, then people start turning negative on it. And I think back in the day, there probably was a certain amount of time where people are like, oh god, this song. And then whenever that does happen, I think it takes like a good amount of like time distance from that to then like go on the rebound to where then it's like safe to be like, oh, people are like, oh, that song, I have positive feelings about that song, if that makes sense. That's how I kind of feel about the general populace about Feel Good Inc. is I feel like there's probably at the time it was so popular and got so big so quickly, especially because I think probably back during that time, like it was one of those songs where a lot of radio stations, a bunch of different types of radio stations probably felt comfortable playing it. Like there's that phenomenon back when radio was popular where like sometimes occasionally you would find like a song that was not in the genre that station would normally play, would find it, they'd be like, oh, we're gonna play a song because some people aren't liking it. And then again, that goes to the whole like overplaying sensation. And I feel like at least now that Feel Good Inc. Has distanced itself from that time. Now like enough people can be like, no, that was Feel Good Inc. is actually a very good fucking song, even if it was overplayed back in the day. Like it's the way it's produced, just everything about it is just, I think, fucking magical. And again, I'm letting you know I haven't obviously done this bracket yet, but I would have a good inkling, a good feeling if Feel Good Inc. makes it pretty far into this, in my opinion. As basic of an answer, as basic of a choice it may be, it's only like that because it's a good song. In my eyes, it is very good. Plastic Beach and Let Me Out. Plastic Beach, off the album Plastic Beach. Again, that characteristic whimsical sound that a lot of Plastic Beach was. And again, like a broken record, I think is fine by itself, but a much better ride with the whole album being listened to. I don't know if me saying that makes any sense, but I feel like that's what I just feel about a lot of the songs on Plastic Beach. It's just like, I'm moving my arms. They can't be seen, but my arms, they are moving. Let Me Out off of Humans. Pusha T feature. Let me pull this up. A little political message there at the front of this.
Mama Mavis, oh mama, they try my patience.
Boop, boop, boop.
It's gone.
Mavis Staples there with the chorus, just coming in with a lot of soul. I like Let Me Out. I feel pretty comfortable saying Let Me Out wins here. I'm really sorry, Plastic Beach. Both the song and the album as a whole, I'm really sorry. I apparently just don't like you at all. The way I'm picking songs, people would think that I just hate Plastic Beach. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Next, All Alone. Boo boo doo 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 doo. I'll always the All Alone always makes me think of that scene in SpongeBob where it's like where they go to the future and the past and everything, and then they go into that weird white screen area that kind of freaked me out as a kid. And And it's like, alone, alone, alone. Just me? I'm sorry. Just the way it's said in the song, it always makes me, or reminds me of that. It's just a little peek into the weird brain. And then Some Kind of Nature. Lou Reed on it, another Plastic Beach song. Am I gonna be kinder to this one?
Some kind of mixture.
I really like this song. I think you could probably track how many times throughout these pairings that I've said, I really like the song, like in that inflection, and how many times, it's probably a high number about how many times that song doesn't move on. Like, that's me in my defense. That's me defending the song. That's me being like, hey, I really like the song, it just doesn't cut it for me. And probably a high amount of times I've said it, and then it doesn't move along. All Alone wins. If I can type right. Soundcheck, Gravity, Don't Get Lost in Heaven. Don't Get Lost in Heaven, I think, is a classic for a lot of people. Also can't type. Nope, misclick. It's got that choir part to it. Kind of like what I keep saying about Plastic Beach is it's one of the songs where when you hit it in the album, through a whole album listen, it's a nice like breather or mood changer or like a shift in tone, if that makes sense. Soundcheck off the self-titled. Let me find that. I actually really like Soundcheck. It goes through like different waves throughout the different song, or the song. It has that like the record scratch thing throughout those certain sections. I'm gonna give it to Soundcheck. Even though I know Don't Get Lost in Heaven is a lot of people's faves. Or a fave amongst the people. And to you, I say I'm sorry. Oh, I kind of cut it off by moving this around, didn't I? How unfortunate. Okay. We are the happy We are the happy landfill and Rock the House. I like Rock the House. I think a lot of people probably like it more than I do.
Just twist your hip and do the dip.
I think the feature is fine. I think it's okay. It's just interesting because, like, you hear him on this and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. And then you hear him on Clint Eastwood and you're like, you fucking killed it in Clint Eastwood. You know what I mean? Whatever. I think I like Rock the House. I think I maybe like it less than some people. Here's We Are Happy Landfill. Toot toot. Now I know it sounds like I was talking shit about Rock the House, but it's gonna win. It wins this round, but only just barely, I must say. My fridge is making weird noises. I don't know why. Hope it's alright. I don't even know if it could be heard, but I can hear it over my headphones. I don't know what it could be. My fridge could be broken. That'd be sad. Empire Ants and Demon Days. This is tough. This is tough for me. It's another Plastic Beach song. Will it break the curse on the Plastic Beach? I will say I really like this song as a live performed song. Another Little Dragon feature, which is actually really nice. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't think listening to it is gonna change my mind here. Demon Days off the album Demon Days. No, that isn't. Why is it playing that? I'm clicking. Oh, it's because I clicked the album thing. I was like, it started playing. I was like, that is not Demon Days. What are you? Because I thought I was doing the album. It's not. It's Empire Ants wins. Empire Ants, like I said, it's a good live performed song too. I really like it. I can't stress just how many live performances of Gorillaz I've watched in my life. It's probably an absurd amount of hours. There was a time, I mean, I've done it a large part of my life. I've probably said this on stream before, but my brain is fucked at this point, where since maybe like late middle school, through high school, through college, to now me as an adult, I much rather prefer sleeping to music, or sleeping to sound, whether it be music or something. And so there's a certain stretch where, like, I think a full month maybe straight every night I'd pull up like a different and maybe duplicated sometimes, but like a live Gorillaz concert. But yeah, my brain's fucked where I need to like sleep to either a music playing or like some compilation of something, some YouTube video or something to just fall asleep to. Terrible what I did to my own sleeping habits. That's fine. It's not that bad. Glitter Freeze. Short little story about myself. Glitter Freeze and The Apprentice. The Apprentice will go first. Off of Humans. Again, no human slander allowed. I really like that song. I really like The Apprentice. I think The Apprentice may be, even for people that like Humans as an album, I think The Apprentice may be slightly underappreciated. I'm gonna check really quick. I have a feeling The Apprentice was not included in the original like thing of that album. Like the original track listing. It might have been in the deluxe version, which maybe then explains that, maybe. I don't know how to check this necessarily. I may be fucking this up. What's an easy way of doing this? Would Spotify even show me? Because I don't think... I don't know how to operate the internet. Ugh. Albums. Deluxe. But then take me off Humans Super Deluxe. No, I don't want... People just... The regular album might not be on Spotify is the thing. They might just have the deluxe version. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure The Apprentice was one of the few songs that was on the deluxe version and not on the standard print like of the album. And so there's a good chance that maybe people that did originally like, oh, I'm just going to listen to Humans all the way through when it came out, maybe didn't even hear The Apprentice, maybe, unless I'm just making that up. But I think I'm correct. We didn't play Glitter Freeze. I should correct that. Glitter Freeze up. Another Plastic Beach song. Wow! 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 I'm gonna give love to The Apprentice. The Plastic Beach curse continues. With apologies to Plastic Beach. Punk and then Kids with Guns. Let's get Punk out of the way, and then let's fully appreciate Kids with Guns. A very short song. Playing it too long, it's gonna get muted. I really hope when I get this up onto the archive, I'm gonna be very upset. There's one like section where it mutes like 5 minutes of the video just because I played a song for like a second too long. Fucking hogwash, dude. Now Kids with Guns. Let's fully appreciate Kids with Guns. Fucking children's choir like section, always a good idea in songs most of the time. I just think the song does excellent things. Not children's choir. Tired mind. But the back vocals and everything, because like I was thinking another song, but I love Kids with Guns. Easy does it, easy does it. Good shit, my dude. So Kids with Guns, with apologies to Punk, which is just extremely fun. I'm gonna need some space here. We need, that's good enough. This one's gonna be a one that again breaks my heart. We're averaging, I think, about one of those every little fourth of the bracket. Strobe Light and On Melancholy Hill. On Melancholy Hill, a classic off Plastic Beach. I think a lot of people do like this song. It's good. It's good. It's good. Strobe Light off of Humans, I really like. And again, I think maybe because it's on this album, or maybe just because some people don't like it, you know, which, fair. Completely fair. I like Strobe Light. Again, another high energy song off of Humans. And even though I really like Strobe Light, probably gotta give it to them on Melancholy Hill. Up on Melancholy Hill. No, I've got to type melancholy. That's not a word I type out a whole lot. It's hidden. Wow, I added a U for some reason. Melancholy. That is correct. El Mañana in 2000. Alright, I'm going to say something that may or may not be controversial. First, we'll talk about El Mañana. Again, one of those like expertly crafted, sad sounding songs. Off of Demon Days. 2000 is fine in its own right. But if you tell me, like, hey, do you want to listen to 2000? I'm going to be like, hey, can you put on a super popular remix of it? Please? Here's the regular. Boop. do boop 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 boop. I think it's an alright song. I think, like I was saying, if you're, and I think this listing is saying it's obviously just the original song. If this was the remix, I probably would put it ahead of El Mañana slightly, just barely. But I just, this is like, yeah. That's like, I'm having a fun time, you know? The regular one is just fine. I'm gonna have to go with El Mañana, but I want the record to show that if it was the remix, that it would maybe edge out El Mañana just slightly. But it's not. It's the original. That's what I'm choosing it as. It wins. El Mañana wins, not it. It. Andromeda. Dram. On it. Andromeda. Great song. Also, another song that has really good remix versions of it. I'm gonna have to find the original.
Take it in your heart now, lover.
I love that song. Left Hand Suzuki Method.
Progress.
Again, said it once, I'll say it a million times. It's that the raw sounding first album kind of feel to it. I'm gonna go Andromeda just because I love it, and if I can restore balance to this world of not hating humans so much as an album, then so be it. I'll throw that in. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Do 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 do.
Living souls. Are we the last?
I like Last Living Souls. Pretty good. Saturn's Bars. The first single off of Humans. I remember sitting in my actually, I think the single got dropped on a day where I was sitting in a college class, probably freshman or sophomore year, and I remember hearing whispers of like new Gorillaz music dropping that day, and just not paying attention to the classes or wherever. And then I remember checking my phone, maybe during the class because I'm terrible, or right after, and then like literally sitting on like some steps, pulled out my headphones, plugged in my phone, literally saw the video. I saw the video. Now here's a interesting little fact for you, factoid. When they first put on YouTube, so on YouTube, and I think YouTube is still up here, they had two versions of the song. They had a regular video version, and then they, back when YouTube was really experimenting with like 3D video where you put fucking things on your head, even like the weird cardboard thing. I forget what it's called. They had a 3D version where you could like rotate your phone and like do a thing, and it was whatever. But I caught the video then so soon that day, where it was an unedited version of the video where it showed Murdoch completely naked. It was like a uncensored, I think would be the correct term. And then I think after a few hours, they pulled that and then put up the censored version of the video, where it's like blurred out. So nice little factoid for you, that if you caught the video soon enough when it was posted with that song when it dropped on YouTube, it was like a uncensored version of the video. And I think they still used, if back when they do, because again I watch a lot of live concerts on YouTube and stuff, usually like Gorillaz, especially when they're doing like Humans tour and stuff, when they did the song, they had like the video playing in the background for this song, and they would use most of the time an uncensored version of the video as well. So you can also see it that way as well. Or if you find it somewhere hidden online where it's just Murdoch completely full frontal. So nice little fun story for you there. But yeah, I'll remember that day because it was some random like Tuesday or something, or Monday or something, and song just came out, and me sitting on the steps inside of a building being like, I gotta listen to it, gotta fucking, because it was the first new Gorillaz song in like a long ass time. Yeah, good memories. Now I'm talking about, well, I was talking about Saturn's bars there, but not really as like quality of the song.
No man's story.
Popcan feature. Maybe not was widely known by a lot of Gorillaz fans before this, prior to this. Maybe not necessarily up in the wheelhouse of a lot of people. I really like Saturn's bars though. I think it's pretty good. I really like Last Living Souls though. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Nope. You know what? I'm convincing myself. I really like Saturn's bars. I'm gonna put Last Living Souls. That's the closest I've been to writing in something and then changing it at the last moment. That's crazy. That was wild, man. On a whim, I'm giving it to Last Living Souls. I'm gonna try to center this. I really fucked up there, didn't I? Oh, fuck. I can't grab. Can't grab to save my life. Okay, we're better. Give me back this typing tool. Last two rounds of the first, last two matches of the first round. Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll go a little faster through these other rounds because I won't have obviously talked about the songs. It'll be more just debate as we get closer here. So we have, let me pull this up, Donkomatic, which is a single that came, I think, right, it was right after Plastic Beach, so it didn't make like the Plastic Beach cutoff to like be included in the album. It was a single that came after it, and there's only, from what I see on like YouTube, I've seen like one live performance of the song. I really like Donkomatic though. Boop 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 boop. I really like the sound of Donkomatic. Phoner to Arizona. Fucking pour one out to the fall. This was the fart sounding instrument I was telling you about earlier on in the stream. If you like the fart sounding machine, this song's got it for you aplenty. It just goes through the whole song. Donkomatic wins in a landslide. Very poppy sounding Donkomatic song there. And then the final conflict of this first round, White Light and Hallelujah Money. Hallelujah Money, I think actually, and kind of correct what I had said somewhat earlier, Hallelujah Money came out, I think, originally without any ties to Humans as like an album. I think it came out a lot earlier than like some stuff, and then it snuck its way onto the album. I'm a little hazy on the exact details, but I'm pretty sure that song came out I know a lot of people that like Hallelujah Money. And then White Light. Let me go to White Light. A song that does so much where the only spoken words of it are white light and alcohol. You would think that there wouldn't be much substance to it. And you could maybe make the case that there isn't a lot of substance to it. White light. So it basically just says white light and alcohol, and stuff like that. I really like White Light. It's going to win for me. And we've gotten the first round done. Let me back up a bit here. Let me remove that to make it a little less ugly and a little more readable. Let me zoom it. There we go. There you go. That is the first round. So we did, 8, 16, 32 matchups basically. And there would only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe like 32 more, 33 more maybe. I can't math, but so it looks like we haven't made much progress, but we're like more than halfway done at this point. And like I said, I think these ones will go, other than the hemming and hawing that's going to take place, I've done my talking about the songs, and I won't need to play them. I considered playing it again, but you've now heard the song. It's time to just get into full-on debating mode internally. Clint Eastwood, Ghost Train. It's just really difficult at this point to pick against Clint Eastwood. Oh, fuck. We're gonna run into this annoying problem, but it's fine. I say annoying problem, it's not that bad. I'm typing in Ghost Train when I meant to type in Clint Eastwood. I'm talking and thinking and typing all at the same time, and then I'm destined to mess something up. Sleeping Powder, Hong Kong. I just really love how bizarre Sleeping Powder is. And it, in my eyes, gets a bit of bonus for being a song that's kind of like all right, fucking fans, you get a 2D song, here you go. November has come, and then Tomorrow Comes Today. Two somewhat similar sounding titles in a sense, kind of maybe. They've got frames of times, November and tomorrow, leading it off. Tomorrow comes today, November's come, November comes today, tomorrow has come. Interchangeable. I'm going to give it to November Has Come. I like songs very closely. It's very close. I think Damon's chorus and the verses on that are just slightly more interesting to me. A song that's about the perceived eventual death of rap, which is an interesting concept. And then one could argue that it was foreseeing, like, rap and hip hop culture is dying. And obviously this album, what year did this come out? Fucking long time ago. But I think the culture just massively shifted. It didn't predict a death, so it got it incorrect slightly, but more just like it predicted it didn't predict anything. Rap survived the death that he was almost describing in the song by essentially changing and adapting. But I'm also not the best critic to be describing that, for sure. Me and my white ass don't have nearly enough chops to describe everything it's describing in great detail. Oh Green World, 5-4. Oh Green World, me now. Or 5-4. She turns my dad on, dad on, dad on. There you go. Instead of hearing the songs, you get to hear me just poorly sing them. It's great. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It hurts a bit. It hurts a bit, but I'm gonna go 5-4. Before moving down, I'm gonna go all the way now to the end of each quarter bracket, essentially. So we'll get, once we go through everything, we'll have our final four. I think we'll make for a cleaner show. Sleeping Powder and Clint Eastwood. Now, again, I described Sleeping Powder I love as a song. And if it was matched up against either of these two, it would move on. But Clint Eastwood, again, is just so seminal. So high up there in the collective minds of me and people and of importance in gorilla everything, you know. It's just would be impossible for me to pick against Clint Eastwood in this case, but I want to make a massive shout out Sleeping Powder. I do love as a song. And again, the video is great. I highly suggest, if you don't know the video, to just go watch it, because that's a fun watch. November Has Come, 5-4. I'm going to say is classic off self-titled. Bringing again that raw, not superly produced sound. November Has Come. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. I don't want to commit. Is it a rapper bug zapper? I'm gonna go November Has Come. I'm not 100% happy with it, but there, close enough. So Clint Eastwood versus November Has Come. The winner of the Celebrity Takedown bracket is going to be Clint Eastwood. It's too good. I understand that there's extreme chance of, you know, picking the obvious favorites at certain sections to just be like come across as the basic guy here, but Clint Eastwood is just that good. Like, it just is. It just is. It just is. Making our way downtown over to Slow Boat to Hades bracket again. She's my caller. With the lady whose name I mispronounced, so I'm not going to try again, because I'll say it a million other ways and just get shit upon, which I don't need anymore in my life. I'm going to go with Garage Palace. Again, that's one of those picks that's like, I feel as if more people would probably pick against it, and maybe I rate it higher than maybe some other people, but I'm a big fan of Garage Palace. Dare Out of Body, a very upsetting matchup, because I do really like these songs. Both similar in that they're dancey kind of songs, but Dare is just too powerful It's too powerful. Noodle and Sean Ryder, too powerful. Stylo and Sweepstakes. Don't even need to question it. Stylo wins. And then Rehash, fire coming out of the monkey's head. I mean, I'm gonna give it to Fire. Fire wins this round. I'm gonna have space. Fire coming out of foe of the if of the monkeys head. It's just so large. It's just so large of a title. Some Fallout Boy ass naming title thing. And I joke when I say it. Don't get mad at me. I understand. Oh shit! I really fucked that up, didn't I? No. What am I doing? This is what I mean to do. I keep pressing the wrong buttons, dude. Okay. So we got that. Oh wait, no. I've still got to. I forgot that I was doing this whole side of the bracket before I moved on. Garage Palace and Dare. This is finally where Garage Palace meets its end. Dare, again, just too powerful. Stylo, getting it here. This is where we get really tricky, because back up here, it was like, oh, it's so easy for me. Clint Eastwood really just fucking takes it. This one's an absolute backbreaker here in the final 8 section. This is like the final 8 songs are these ones, right? Based on brackets. Maybe not technically if I was just ranking all these songs. That's how brackets work. But as far as the brackets constructed, these are technically the final 8. Clint Eastwood, November's Come, Stylo, Dare, and then whatever 4 on the other side. This one's tough. This is a much tougher final 8 matchup. November's Come is good, but Clint Eastwood's so much better. Iconic. Dare, Stylo. It's the decision that I'm gonna make, and then I'm gonna move over to the other side of the bracket. I'm immediately gonna regret either choice because they're both very good in my opinion. I want it to be heavily understood that I love both songs. Again, rest in peace, Bobby Womack. I'm going with Dare. It's too powerful. It cannot be contained. That's a choice that not a lot of people are going to maybe potentially see this and be happy about. It's just what it's got to be. It's just what it's got to be. You know, sometimes you make a choice and it makes you want to cry, but shedding tears. Dirty Harry, M1A1. I do really like Dirty Harry. I do really like Dirty Harry. A whole lot. A big old lot. Feel Good Inc., Let Me Out. I really like Let Me Out. But again, Feel Good Inc. just takes it away. It's Feel Good, Don't Call Me Feels Good, Inc. Boop. There we go. Feel Good Inc. Very powerful. Very good. Very good. Very good. All Alone. All Alone. Boop. Boo doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. It's tough because I really like Soundcheck, and I don't want to lose all the like first album representation. I think that might be the last song here, first album off self-titled. Yeah, no, Clint Eastwood. What am I thinking? I forgot about Clint Eastwood. Damn. I'm gonna go All Alone, but it's a tough All Alone choice there. Very tough. I'm gonna center that a little better. Clean it up a bit there. Rock the House, Empire Ants. Empire Ants just carrying it at this point for Plastic Beach. Just putting it on the line as much as it can. I just realized I put Dirty Harry with another or 3 R's. That's unnecessary. Dirty Harry, Feel Good Inc. I want to stress that I really love Dirty Harry. I also want to stress that Feel Good Inc. is like a top 3 or 4 song for me, maybe. In just like, I'm not saying it's easily gonna make it the winner of this bracket, but I'm saying like I could listen to the song a million times over and not get tired of it. I love it as a karaoke song. I've been known to pull it out as a karaoke song. I think it's got great moments to it. Feel Good Inc, man. So good. So good. Empire Ants, again, carrying the legacy of Plastic Beach, putting the whole of Plastic Beach on its back, carrying as far as it can go as a singular song. I think it kind of gets a favorable matchup so far along most of these against in the bracket that it's been paired up against. Like I feel like this may be like, in my opinion, the weakest little chunk of songs. I guess that would be like an 1/8 of a 4th of the bracket, if that makes any sense. Or I guess it's 1/2 of a 4th of the bracket, which makes it an initial 1/8. So if we split the initial bracket into 1/8s, this is an 1/8. This box here. I think so. It gets like pretty favorable matchups throughout it, and then it runs just right into the buzzsaw of Feel Good Inc. and crushes all hope. So, Feel Good Inc. Don't call me Feels Good Inc. Because trust me, it doesn't feel good. No, I'm kidding. That song does feel good. Like it wraps you as in a, just a blanket of goodness. So is this surprising anyone? Does these 3 so far surprise anyone? Dare, Clint Eastwood, Feel Good Inc., and then Mystery on this 4th panel. Like 2 Demon Days songs. Demon Days is just a great album. One of my top 3 favorite albums ever. Easily. Clint Eastwood, of course, holding it down there. Holding it down. I guess I was saying that Empire Ants was holding Plastic Beach. I guess in theory they categorized Dawnchromatic as Plastic Beach, even though, as I described earlier, is a single that came out right after technically Plastic Beach. Wasn't included in like the album or anything, but I guess they, for coloring purposes here, included it. The Apprentice, Kids with Guns. It's gonna go to Kids with Guns. Kids with Guns. Kids with Guns. Taking over. Down up and long. They mesmerize. Skeletons. Kids with Guns. Kids with Guns. Easy does it. Easy does it. They got something to say. No. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. Oh, and on Melancholy Hill. I just don't see colors well. And I've got a short memory. That's also on Plastic Beach, I should say. And it's on Plastic Beach proper. So now on Melancholy Hill gets to carry the oh shit. I really fucked that up. It's fine. Just Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Up on Melancholy Hill, there's a plastic tree. Are you here with me, love? Na 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 na. But there's really good like stripped back like acoustic covers of On Melancholy Hill you can find on YouTube everywhere. That just really accentuates like the beauty of the song in my opinion. And it makes me just weep and be like, man, Damon Albarn's just a good singer. I love that man. Andromeda, Last Living Souls. Are we the last living souls? I think last time I did Last Living Souls, I think I did the same thing where I hemmed and hawed, and then I said that line over and over again. And look where it got it so far, you know? Like, it got it. It made it move on. Is that powerful enough to give me Andromeda? To go past Andromeda? When looks down, take it in your heart now, lover. I can't. No. Andromeda. I implore you to listen to especially if you got like Spotify, because that's the music service I subscribe and listen to. And you can find it on YouTube though and stuff. There's some good official like remixes to the song that are just also really choice and really change up the sound of the song. And they're a joy to listen to. So do that. Then I'm gonna give it to Donkomatic. Donkomatic, again, not officially on Plastic Beach, but it gets it. Now it and On Melancholy Hill, the last options to carry on Plastic Beach as the album. Kids with Guns, On Melancholy Hill. This one's tough. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I'm gonna do Andromeda and Donkomatic first. Now, the same reason I was saying Empire Ants got favorable matchups, and I was saying I liked Empire Ants, but I feel like it got favorable matchups to get to there. I could say maybe the same thing about Donkomatic, but I do love Donkomatic a bit more than Empire Ants, if that makes sense. So I think it's the same case where if Donkomatic got hit slightly harder, battered through some of these things, I think it wouldn't have gotten as far. On average, shouldn't have gotten to a final 8 position like it is going to. I just do like Donkomatic a bit more than like Empire Ants. But the same reason that like Empire Ants got to a final 8 position that Donkomatic is getting, like it's just because of favorable position, in my opinion. I think there are definitely 8 other songs on here that if I was just numbering would get it over Donkomatic. But again, because of favorable matchups, Donkomatic wins. Congrats, Donkomatic. We're all so happy for you. Your parents must be so proud. No, this one just fucking... Jesus. Kids with Guns, On Melancholy Hill. it's like, do you want again, I keep going off this, all the albums have very much similar sounds, like they're themed very well. On Melancholy Hill, with Plastic Beach in general, do you want the whimsical sounding song of a lot of songs that are on Plastic Beach, or do you want the we're kind of fucked, some a little bit of notes of dread off of like Demon Days with Kids with Guns? Does that make sense? Like, Demon Days is a lot about dread personified into a song, and on Melancholy Hill and other songs off of Plastic Beach, it's a lot more whimsical sounding and delightful, like a nice spring day. Got your window cracked, nice breeze is coming through. I'm trying to like close my eyes. Again, I don't have face cam. I don't do face cam. And you're lucky I don't, because I'm, I'll go. But just close your eyes and you got a nice like spring breeze going. Stereotypical like white people shit where it's like, the thing that never actually really happens, but it's in like movies and TV, where there's like a pie on the windowsill, so you got like some cherry smelling or whatever kind of, choose your favorite pie, and it's like a smell coming through, and you're young, you don't have like you don't have the bad responsibilities, and you haven't fully realized just how shitty the world is. That's on Melancholy Hill. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you're an adult now, you're a young adult, and you realize how much the world sucks. And then manifest that into a song, and that's Kids with Guns. It's a very yin and yang thing. It's a very duality. Fuck. It's tough. It's very tough. Up on Melancholy Hill. This may end up being like not the most important decision, but it's certainly maybe one of the toughest ones here, because obviously we're going to get into the final 8s and the final 4s, and you're like, ugh, God. Kids with Guns. Kids with Guns. Taking over. Now won't be long. Up on Melancholy Hill. This is agony. Weirdly, because it's just picking a song, but it's recorded. I will have to live with this forever. It has Final Four implications, basically, because not to spoil it, but whatever wins is probably going to beat Donkomatic in my opinion. Again, even though I really like Donkomatic. Also, I should also say, not like it really matters and holds too much weight, but if Kids with Guns proceeds to the Final Four, that means Final Four gets get 3 songs off of Demon Days in the Final Four, and then Poor Lonely Clint Eastwood. You know what I'm saying? On Melancholy Hill, we get some Plastic Beach representation. Again, not saying that really should sway the actual decision making, This is something I could sit on for like another hour to decide. A lot of soul searching. I'm deep in my mind palace. What does it reflect? All right, you ask me on another day and I might go the other way on this all. I'm gonna go on Melancholy Hill though. A hesitant, but I've got to make a decision. I can't sit here for eons debating on Melancholy Hill versus Kids with Guns. I only have so long on this planet, you know? But again, you ask me on another day with this, between these two, and I might go Kids with Guns over on Melancholy Hill for myself. I mean, it's been written. I can't change now, but this is the thing that'll keep me up at night. It's this. You know, it's the Bills, it's the state of the world, and then it's this. Those will be the three things that keep me up tonight. No, it's fine. Bills are under control, don't worry. Okay. And then as I kind of alluded to, the winner of that was going to be Donkomatic. Again, I love Donkomatic. Also just realized that I wrote an N instead of an M, which is great. Can't have misspellings on my official bracket. Donkanatic, that's not even a thing. But yeah, as I alluded to, on Melancholy Hill, or whatever was going to win that one was going to be Donkomatic, but I do want to give it up to Donkomatic and say that I love it, and it probably doesn't get enough love because it wasn't, again, officially on Plastic Beach. It was a single after it, so maybe not as known as some other songs, even on Plastic Beach. Excuse me, but I really love Donkomatic. Let that reflect. Let that be known. So let's review really quick. Coming out of the Celebrity Takedown bracket, we have the winner of Clint Eastwood. On the Slow Boat to Hades bracket, side bracket, you know, whatever you want to call it, Dare. I love me some Dare, man. I love me some Dare. Escape to Plastic Beach. Side of the bracket, we've got Feel Good Inc. making it out. And We Are Still Humans. A reluctant on Melancholy Hill, making it. It's great. I'm not disappointed with these. Again, there's potential for someone to be like, great, nice, basic ass choices, sucker. I'll be like, yeah, I know. I get it. These songs are real liked by the masses. Guess why? Because they're good songs. That's just how it is. That's like you in liking something, right? You always got to be like, you don't want to be criticized for being too hipstery on a choice. And you don't want to be criticized for just liking the main things. Like, you of course, you would want to strike a balance. But you get to some point and you're like, well, these songs are known by a lot of people and liked by a lot of people because, like, there has to be a reason. And that reason is because they're good. Like, at some point, you just got to give it up to Clint Eastwood and be like, yeah, that was an important song. Feel Good Inc., yes. Dare over Stylo. Some people, I would feel like maybe given these two options, a lot of people would pick Stylo over Dare. Maybe that's maybe something where maybe I lean a bit more differently than people, maybe. I'm trying to think. But I just really like Dare. Fucking sue me, dude. And then on Melancholy Hill, this was one of the weirder brackets because I feel like the answer, the final to it, isn't as clear cut as these ones. Like throughout here, I was like, Dare, yep, kind of easy over, not super easy over Stylo, but I was like, when I saw Dare, I was like, Dare has a really good chance of making it through. Clint Eastwood has a really good chance of making it through. Feel Good Inc., of course. This one was tougher, if any of that makes sense. So here's our final four. Here's our final four. I'm going to change the size. Well, what's the best way of doing this? I could... Where I'm not, let me find something. I don't want that. I don't want this. I want none of these tools. Bump ba-dum, bump ba-dum, bump ba-dum, ba-da-bum, bump 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 ba-dum, bump up, whatever. I'm just gonna fucking, we're just gonna fucking do it like this. I'm just gonna grab I'll grab this. This will have to do. That didn't work. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I don't think this is gonna work like I think it was supposed to work, but it's, you know what? I've come up with a different thing. I'll just write on top of these. I'll write on top of their beautiful faces. Murdoch, I'm sorry. Noodle, Russell, 2D as well. So Feel Good Inc. versus On Melancholy Hill. I think it'll be slightly easier between the two. I'm gonna go with Feel Good Inc. You know, with all the hemming and hawing I did of On Melancholy Hill and Kids with Guns, and then it beat Donkomatic pretty handily. But again, Feel Good Inc. is just the buzzsaw. I'm gonna increase the size here. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll see. Okay, maybe not that large, you know. We don't need to get fucking nuts. Or do, oh, I'm really bungling it now. Is that legible? Can you see this? It'll do. And so then the more difficult option is Clint Eastwood versus Dare. Now this one, I feel like, oh buddy. Oh buddy. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out, shall we? Clint Eastwood, a lot of people love it. A lot of people. A lot of people, again, importance. Does a song get credit for being important? Because if so, then Clint Eastwood gets a good edge, right? Or does a song get credit for just being so goddamn fun? Because then Dare wins. I'm not saying Clint Eastwood's not fun, and I'm not saying Dare isn't important, but like, it's two different. I'm trying to make like a hand sound effect, like they're clashing. Two different, very different, varying sounds, aspects of songs. We have Clint Eastwood off the original self-titled versus a Demon Days song, or do we have two Demon Days songs? You got the prison on you. You just were thinking that's what you do, baby. They're both fantastic. They're just both fantastic. In fact, they should be mad that they didn't get to match up against On Melancholy Hill, in my opinion. in my opinion. I feel like I want to pick something, but I'm afraid about potential blowback. Some people would be like, how the fuck could you pick that song over this song? But you know what? Mama didn't raise a coward. I'm going Dare. Screw. Oh. No. Now I just made it too large. I got too excited for picking Dare. You know? I got a little too bold. Just a little too bold. I'm picking Dare. Again, maybe sacrilegious. But you know what? I'm feeling spicy. Dare it is. Dare over Clint Eastwood. That's the kind of night it is. Again, that's one of those decisions that maybe ask me on another day and I might pick Clint Eastwood over Dare. Now, immediately before I pick winner between Dare and Feel Good Inc., you may be asking, well, if Clint Eastwood won this round between Dare and It, would Clint Eastwood beat Feel Good Inc.? Maybe. Maybe? Again, Feel Good Inc. is a buzzsaw in my opinion. It's cutting through the competition here. So then the question becomes, does Feel Good Inc. beat Dare, or does Dare come out surprisingly against Feel Good Inc.? White light. Like a hawk. White light. I want this to be in red. Thank you. And the short, if I'm gonna make this short, ah shit, I really bungled. I bungled that. This now white. Thank you. Do I have the cojones to pick Dare over Feel Good Inc.? Or do I go with what I know deep down in my heart, in that Feel Good Inc. is just a really good fucking song? Screw all the naysayers. And just let it be known that Feel Good Inc. wins in my heart, deep down. Or do I go spicy and say Dare? Dare is really good. Dare is fun. Dare is a lot of fun. You want a fun song? Blast Dare. You need a song to dance to in your apartment alone? Blast Dare. You want to see some funny renditions of it live? Watch Dare on YouTube. Live performance of Dare on YouTube. But musically, high production, many fucking layers. Shrek would love it. Just like the Onions. It has to go Feel Good Inc. for me. I can't. This is supposed to be white. Come on. Don't do this to me. Feel Good Inc. It's just too special. It holds just an incredibly special... Excuse me. The burps are trying to escape at this point. They're none too pleased about my choice, perhaps, but really? You're not gonna fucking grow this side? This side? I can't believe it's doing this. There we go. This will do. This will totally do. And I'm going to center it to make it not look like shit. This is what I'm feeling. This is deep down. deep down, I cannot pick against Feel Good Inc. Throughout this whole bracket, I just feel too good about Feel Good Inc. Don't call me Feels Good Inc. Yeah. And I don't regret picking Dare into the final section. I don't. No regretty. Mom's spaghetti. Dare deserves it. Dare is fun. Dare is life. Accept it. 2 Demon Days songs in the final 2, but Feel Good Inc. taking it above all. It is a strong final 4, though. Dare, On Melancholy Hill, Feel Good Inc., Clint Eastwood. That's a solid 4. I even feel super solid about the 8. The final 8 is like a great 8. A great 8. Clint Eastwood, November Has Come, Dare, Stylo, Donkomatic, On Melancholy Hill, and Empire Ants, Feel Good Inc. I would fight for those 8 songs, you know? Pouring out for all the good songs that lost out early. Like I said, this was a killer. Some things died too soon of a death, you know? But again, I didn't make the bracket. And it's just gotta be what it's gotta be. This was a lot of fun, though. A bit harder than you would think to talk about music and choosing and hemming and hawing and talking about your feelings about songs for 2.5 hours straight. Maybe a little bit harder than you would maybe think originally. Or if you think that it would maybe be or difficult, then you're like, yeah, no, I agree with you. But I enjoy it. I know I'm no super masterful music critic in any sense, but especially when it's songs and band that I am familiar with and I know quite a bit about. I feel like at least I have some good opinion, some good thoughts. And like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And like on a stream, I think it's fun to do, just especially for the recorded factor of it all. And now obviously I've had the opportunity to do it and stuff, so it's cool that I'm able to do it. So maybe more, I don't want to do a shit ton amount of brackets and stuff, and it would have to be something I actually give a shit about. I'm not going to start doing stupid brackets just as a waste of time. But like I said, I want to vary sometimes up what I do on stream, and this is just one small example potentially of it. And again, if I wanted to make this stream like 1,000,000 hours long and didn't care about what happened to the recording on YouTube of it, then I'd like literally play every song through this at least once, and then we could just spend hours just listening to music, which doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, I feel good. I'll walk away from my computer and I'll be like, damn, I picked Dare and Feel Good Inc. for the final 2, but I feel confident about this. At the extreme risk of people being like, oh, nice basic answer, boo. I'll be like, all right, you fill out the bracket, you do your own damn thing. But yeah, good that wasn't like under an hour, and then I felt like I would need to do something else tonight. This was a nice like 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Very appreciated. I hope it was fun to listen to my dumb ramblings of songs. Both if you're watching live or recorded later on, they're up on the archive. Pray to the archiving gods that the couple of songs that I'd play a few seconds of don't get somehow swiped from my video, and then not able to actually put this up, and then I'll have to do some funky muting or cutting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching live or archived. If you're an archiver, I love you just the same. I see you out there. You're watching some videos. I appreciate you. No streams tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be off doing something else with my night. watching a movie, most likely, with the gang, the real life gang. Not in real life though, because remember to be social distant. Don't be bad. Continue to be safe. So yeah, no streams tomorrow. I'll be back Friday night with something, potentially something different as well. But maybe we'll be back to Danganronpa V3 because it'll be technically the weekend. I confirmed, pretty sure I confirmed. I got pretty good confirmation that I'm off next Monday for Labor Day. So that gives us basically an extra night to work with that I don't have to work the next day. And then technically a day where I can do a day stream, which I would say maybe there's a good chance I have a good idea for something to do on Monday during the day. So look forward to that. Again, don't be mad about me picking Feel Good Inc. It's just how it's got to be. If you're going to be mad about anything, be mad that I picked Dare. But then also understand that I'm just having fun. And Dare is fun. Accept Dare into your life. Blast it in your apartment or in your car. Enjoy it. Sing along. It's a great time. Until Friday. Like I said, tomorrow off. Until Friday. Take it easy. Stay safe. And, I don't know. Be easy on you. Don't be hard on yourself. That's the closing words I'm gonna go with. And I don't know. Call your mom. I don't. See ya.